If you've ever wondered why the left treats Charlie Kirk being taken out while trying to debate as inevitable because he supposedly fomented hatred, while delusional protesters who agitate and harass law enforcement to obstruct operations are cast as helpless victims in murders, or why tens of thousands of deaths in Palestine warrant calls to globalize the Intifada while tens of thousands of Iranian protesters being put down like dogs by their own government are met with silence, let me explain. The leftist worldview is not built on universal principles applied equally to all situations. It is a worldview rooted in power. Society is seen as a zero-sum struggle between oppressors and the oppressed, where the ends justify the means. Instead of a consistent moral framework that distinguishes good from evil across individuals, groups, and nations, morality is applied selectively. Certain groups are deemed inherently good, others inherently evil, and entirely different standards are applied to each. In this framework, the Western, capitalist, colonial, white patriarchy is identified as the root cause of nearly all global problems. Anything that harms this system is therefore good, and anything that strengthens it is bad. So when Charlie Kirk is killed for attempting to have a discussion, it is not treated as a tragedy because he is seen as aligned with the evil system. But when agitators deliberately provoke law enforcement, create chaos, and die as a result, it becomes a tragedy because they are perceived as resisting that system. The same logic explains the disparity between Palestine and Iran. Outrage is determined by who can be blamed. When an atrocity can be attributed to a Western or Western-aligned state, there is no such thing as excessive revolutionary action. When atrocities are committed by an Islamic theocracy, they must be ignored because acknowledging them would shatter the narrative that Western capitalist systems are the source of all oppression. This isn't speculation. Leftist intellectuals who have captured institutions from kindergarten through university have written about this openly for decades. It's why Michel Foucault supported the Iranian Revolution, not because he endorsed Islamism, but because he saw it as a revolt against modern Western power. It's what Herbert Marcuse meant by liberating tolerance. Tolerance for left-wing movements, intolerance for right-wing ones, in the treatment of all present social conditions as an emergency that justifies suspending normal liberties. The point is not that Western nations or law enforcement are beyond moral criticism. It's that the left does not treat morality as a universal standard, but as a political instrument to accumulate power. That is their moral architecture. If it strengthens the movement, it is good. If it weakens it, it is bad. One could argue that without double standards, they would have no standards at all.